Hello, hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and are you sure? Okay, here we go. You know, there are some people in this world that need attention. And I'm going to break this down so you fully understand. There are people out there that need attention from other people. They need validation. They need to be seen. They need to be heard. And on top of that, not only do they want to be seen and heard, they want to be respected. They want to be loved. They want to be admired. They want to be worshipped, right? You have some arrogant individuals out there in the world that think the world revolves around them and their feelings. And if you do not have them at the center of your attention, if you do not pay them the attention that they think they deserve or they believe they are warranted, let's put it that way, then they will set up an attack against you to try to affect you. So basically, the things that would bother them, the things that would anger them, the validation that they seek from others, and if they were not to receive that, right, they project that onto you. So they start doing things against you to make you feel like you're a problem, you're not liked, you're not loved, you're not respected, you're not admired, you're not worshipped, so on and so forth, yada, yada, yada. All those things that they want and expect people to do for them, to them, they basically try to take that away from you, especially if you already have that, and they don't. So if people automatically show you respect or are attracted to you or, they pay attention to you or whatnot, they will then try to get people not to pay attention to you. They will try to take the attention off of you. They will interject themselves in your conversations, in your relationships, so that other people will see them. Those that are attracted to you or that like you will see them and pay attention to them. They're basically trying to steal your shine. And in turn, that's supposed to make you feel some type of way. That's supposed to anger you. That's supposed to upset you. That's supposed to make you feel less than. That's supposed to put you in a state of depression. But for those of us that are God's children, have been through this crap, many years ago in our adolescence, we were more than likely treated like crap by our own families. We were ostracized, we were ridiculed, we were put down, we were judged, we were not given the attention that, most people would give. You would think most parents would give their children. Not only that, but we experienced that not only within our own family unit, but at school and at church. So we had been put into situations where we were basically, in a way, forced to be humble and or forced to be subjected into a lower state, even though our own parents, our own families recognized that we had a light within us. They did that purposely because they recognized we had that light within us. They recognized that we were special, we were talented, we were gifted. They recognized that we grabbed people's attention without even trying. They realized that we were very good with our words and we were sincere, and they wanted to basically nip that in the bud at a young age. So we've already experienced that treatment, and we already have realized and recognized that people are going to treat us the way they're going to treat us. How we respond and or how we treat others, that's a whole nother thing, right? Because if we're treating people the way that we want to be treated, the way that we want to be respected, if we recognize people and we're polite and we're kind and we're respectful, if they don't give that back to us return, that's okay, because we realize that down the road of life, we will get that back. If not from other people, from God. So we basically have gotten our validation from ourselves and from God, as well as knowing that we're good people. We have the right attitude, we have the right morals and values, and we understand that if someone puts us down intentionally, that has nothing to do with us and that has to do with them. That does not affect us. That does not affect how we view ourselves. We do not put ourselves into a down state. We do not get depressed. We also do not seek validation from outside sources because we ourselves are the source. We don't need other people to validate us. We validate ourselves. And as I said earlier, God gives us validation as well too. So, these individuals that have to have attention, they treat us in a manner that if they were treated in that way, it would affect them. It would bother them. So the return on that is basically this. It's compounded. The way they wanted other people to treat us and view us, they're going to be treated like that. They're going to be treated in a manner that they do not want to be treated in. So if they felt that we slighted them or we didn't give them the attention that they wanted, or we didn't worship them or admire them or, try to come on to them or have sex with them, that's happened with me, where I was not interested sexually in someone and they basically attacked me because I was not interested in them sexually, physically at all, period. That just wasn't my thing. And they wanted me to force myself to be that way, and I just, no. And that's why they attacked me. So that's what I'm basing this off of, is that there are individuals that if you reject them, it puts them in a lower state of mind. It depresses them, especially if you're someone that they like and they see your light. They see the good within you. They see the positivity within you. They see the kindness, the generosity, the love, and they want to possess that. And if they can't possess you, or they can't get to you through sex, which a lot of people, try to do, attach themselves to other people sexually through sex, attach, not only sexually transmitted diseases, but demons and soul ties to other people through sex. If they can't get you that way, they feel like, okay, if that's all they have to offer and that's being rejected, they get upset and angry, and then they set out to attack you. So that's where I'm coming from with talking about this and discussing this, is I saw and noticed all these things, not just with one, not just with two, but several individuals, some of them women and some of them men, that when they were rejected because I was not interested, and or they basically took themselves out by their actions or their words, whatever, and I said, no, I'm not interested, they then decided to retaliate and attack me to get back at me. And they were doing things that negatively affect them and hurt their feelings, thinking that that would affect me and hurt me. And that's not the case. I do not need that validation that other people have to have. And there are people that will try to come into your energy to try to make you feel like you're not seen, that they don't see you, they don't like you, they are disgusted by you, so on and so forth, and thinking that that's going to affect you in a negative way. No. You can feel that energy too, and then projecting that, and it's up to you to basically push that off and say, I don't accept it. That's back on you. And also, like I said too, people that want to treat you in that manner and or subject you to those feelings, they themselves are going to experience those same things that they put out and projected onto you or I. They're going to experience them, but they're going to be compounded. And it could be, I'm going to give you an example. This happened to me at the corner store last night, actually, where this father and son, it's almost like they were waiting for me to show up to the store. They were parked out in the parking lot prior to me getting there. And then I go in and I had to wait for the attendant to come to the register. And it took like 3-4 minutes and there was nobody else in the store. So, they heard the buzzer go off when I came in the store. So it's kind of like, what were they doing? And I'm not going to speculate. I'm going to say that I believe it was intentional. I believe it was intentional based on the clerk's actions and then the actions of the two, the father and son that came in, after I'd been waiting there for 3-4 minutes, because there was only one other person in the store and they were back there playing the slot machine. So it was not busy. They were not out on the floor. They may have been in the bathroom. I didn't see them come out of the bathroom, but that's possible. However, I felt the energy shift and change when that father and son came in the store. And I knew exactly what they were doing. The son walked right past me, did not look in my direction, had this stank, old, arrogant look on his face, like he was pissed off, like he was trying to project some kind of negative energy. The father kept staring at me. I actually turned sideways so that this father could not be right behind me, directly behind me. And every time this father kept turning and looking in my direction, he noticed that I was basically in a position to where I could see him. He automatically turned away. He turned his eyes away. He turned his focus away. It was intentional. And I did not take any offense to that. I really just kind of said, that's really a damn shame that these two guys cannot be respectful enough to say, hello, or just speak or smile or anything, just be polite. And that's okay. There are some people out in this world that just, they have to do these things in order for them to one day realize that they should not do those things. And how you treat somebody is how you could be treated down the road of life. And you don't want that to happen to you. What if that father one day needs someone to talk to or needs a friend and they don't have anybody to talk to? What if that person needs help? What if that person were to fall out and have a heart attack or have some kind of accident? It's kind of like, it's amazing how things can be returned to people. That's what I'm getting at here. And when they don't think that they'll want that or need that, and then when they do need that. Let's say that son wanted to reject me, right? Want to be disrespectful towards me, right? What if he is disrespected by other people as well as women in school? He was a young guy. So what if he's bullied in school? What if he's rejected by his peers in school? What if he's rejected by girls that he's interested in? What if he is rejected in his future life by women and he cannot find a relationship that's going to sustain and or be beneficial? What if it's always, I don't want you, or I don't like you, or there's somebody else I'm interested in? That energy that is within them, that can actually reject other people. That energy that is within you that would treat somebody or do that to somebody else, that can reject other people. So I'm going to leave it at that, but I've said quite a bit related to that, and that was just one example of how the energy that you project out because you want somebody to feel some kind of way, if it's negative energy, it can be felt. If it's positive energy, that can be felt as well too. And what you put out there is what you can get back in return. And it might not return immediately. It might happen in the future when you least expect it. And when you really need positive energy in your life, but you're constantly receiving negative energy. That's how that works. It's kind of like a return to sender, but it could be a delayed return to sender. And it could also be an extended return to sender. So, like I said, it comes back compounded. For what they did against me last night, it didn't affect me. I noticed it, I picked up on it, I sensed it and all that, but it did not negatively affect me, even though they wanted it to. Even though I could feel them wanting that to happen, me to feel some kind of way and feel down about it and so on and so forth. I did not allow it to happen. And because that was rejected and returned to them, they now have to absorb what they sent to me, that negative energy, back within them. And then that's going to reject other people against them because of that negative energy inside of them. And it could be for a week, it could be for a month, it could be for a year, it could be for 20 years. It's going to be compounded. That's what I'm getting at here. And I do not wish that on other people to have to go through that, because I know from experience what people have done against other people, and they're still currently suffering today from what they did 10, 20, 25 years ago to another person. Another example I'm going to give you too as well. There was two guys that basically did the same thing to me when we released our business to them, sold our business to them. And they basically completely shifted how they talked to me, how they treated me. They were very rude, very disrespectful. They ended up losing that business not even a year later. And they tried to also screw us out of money that they owed us. So they thought they were getting away by moving and playing games and so on and so forth and not paying us the rest of the money that they owed us. They are still probably more than likely suffering to this day. But they lost the business. They also lost their credibility within that community because of the type of business they were running. They were actually doing some illegal things behind the scenes after we sold the business to them. and they got caught up for that from from what they were doing in that. They got caught up. So it's amazing. And, not only that, but the way they treated me, the way they talked to me, which was unnecessary, that's all negative energy. That's all negative karma that was returned back to them. And they're probably more than likely still dealing with that to this day. It was unnecessary to begin with, So that's the thing, is that people realize that, they wish they hadn't have done certain things. They wish they hadn't have said. They wish they hadn't reacted a certain way towards somebody, because they're receiving what they put out. And sometimes it's going to be, and like I said, it's going to be stronger. It's going to be more extreme than what they gave to us. And that's to let them know that, hey, you should not do that to people, because this is what comes back to you when you do that. So I'm going to leave it at that. Gotta go.